$2,416 clues have come and gone, but 26 new ones are headed your way as part of this Halloween edition, the 91st episode of Disney 100 Jeopardy. Welcome in. As always, I am your ghost host, Bryan Perri, and thank you so much for joining me. I thought I was going to be dressed as Widow Tweed today to celebrate Halloween, but I decided to put that off until 2026. Instead, this past weekend, I was Stone Cold Steve Austin Powers. If you wore a Disney-inspired Halloween costume this year, be sure to let me know in the comment section below. This episode, of course, is all about Halloween, with 5 categories dedicated to the spooky holiday, including last week's Final Jeopardy category. That was Trick or Treat. Originally, that category was going to be all about candy, but I've decided to change it up, and it's all about Disney costumes that are actually not licensed by Disney. You know, when you go to Party City or Spirit Halloween, and you see those costumes with those off-brand names, they're usually pretty hilarious. I will read you an off-brand description of a character or costume, and you'll have to tell me what that costume is of. That, plus I mentioned earlier, 4 brand new spooky categories are headed your way, including the Club DJ member category of the week. So without further delay, let's take a look at what you're playing. Once again, there's Trick or Treat, all about those knockoff Disney costumes. The second category you'll be playing, Finish the Villain's Lyrics. I'll read you the lyrics of a famous Disney villain song. You'll have to tell me who is singing it and what the ending to those lyrics are. The third category you'll be playing, Curses. It's that simple, all about curses in Disney movies. The fourth category is your Disney Parks category of the week, Scary Attractions. This isn't just about hair-raising thrill rides, but actually attractions that rely on spooking you a little bit. And the fifth and final category, it is your Club DJ member category of the week, Skeletons. Skeletons was the runner-up last week, so it was able to carry over and defeat wolves and vampires to make its way into this episode 91. Thanks to everyone who voted in the Club DJ member poll this week. Be sure to do it after this episode to help dictate how episode 92 will play out. All right, it is now time for the easiest round of the game, the pumpkin round. Yeah, I really went all out here in changing the graphics for this Halloween episode. I could have put candy corn, but I hate candy corn. I think candy corn is disgusting. If you're eating candy corn while watching this, I'm not saying I'm judging, but I'm judging. Speaking of judging, let's judge how well you're going to do in this game. It begins with Trick or Treat for 200. The title of this Disney knockoff costume is Depressed Donkey with Detachable Tail. The correct answer is Eeyore. And there is Eeyore, though that's not really Eeyore. That's Yori or something like that. Something, another knockoff name. Let's move on. Here comes Finish the Villain's Lyrics for the first time. Poor unfortunate souls, in pain, blank blank. Fill in the blanks and name who's singing. Correct answer is Ursula from The Little Mermaid, and the lyric finishes like this. Poor unfortunate souls in pain, in need.
In pain, in need.
We're on to curses for the first time today. The title of the original Pirates of the Caribbean film. Correct answer is Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl.
Partner. Parlay? That's the one. Parlay.
On to Scary Attractions for 200 points. Prior to Stitch's Great Escape taking its place, this terrifying attraction called Magic Kingdom's Tomorrowland home. Originally was supposed to be based on the Alien film franchise, and then that was scrapped at the last Second, instead, it was just extraterrestrial alien encounter, which was extra terrifying. And we're on to skeletons to finish off the pumpkin round. The first question Jack Skellington asks when he finds himself in Christmas Town. Jack lands in the snow and says, "What's this?"
What's this?
The pumpkin round is complete, so smash those pumpkins as Halloween is either over already or just has a few hours remaining, unfortunately. We move on to Trick or Treat for 400. Hey Mom and Dad, I want to be Midnight Maiden for Halloween, aka this Disney character. Who is Cinderella. Let's test those music skills. Let's finish the villain's lyrics for 400. I know that your powers of retention are as wet as a blank blank. The one singing is Little Simba's Uncle Scar. The lyric reads, I know that your powers of retention are as wet as a warthog's backside.
I know that your powers of retention are as wet as a warthog's backside.
On to curses now for 400 points. The party that Maleficent curses Aurora during was thrown for this. What is Aurora's christening?
I really felt quite distressed at not receiving an invitation.
You weren't wanted.
Not what? Oh dear, what an awkward situation.
Here comes your second scary attraction of the day. Buckle up. The last dinosaur you see before making it back to the Dino Institute at the end of Dinosaur. Making one last effort to eat you up before you escape the Cretaceous period is the Carnotaurus. Here comes your second skeleton of the game. This one's worth 400 points. In Coco, Miguel's skeleton makeup comes off after this happens while he's singing to Ernesto de la Cruz. Little Miguel falls in a pool.
This music is my language.
Are you all right, Nino?
10 clues down, 16 remain as we make this even scarier by raising the difficulty. It's the 600 pointers beginning with Ding Dong Trick or Treat. Whoa, is that the one and only Thunder McKing? Wow, kablow! I feel like that would be his catchphrase, Thunder McKing's catchphrase. Kablow! That, of course, is inspired by Lightning McQueen. Here comes your third villain lyric of the game. The cards will tell the past, the present, and blank, 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 blank. One of my favorite villains ever. The correct answer is Dr. Facilier from Princess and the Frog. The lyrics read, the cards will tell the past, the present, and the future as well.
The cards will tell the past, the present, and the future as well.
Halfway point of the game brings us to curses for 600. Mend the bond torn by pride are the instructions given to break a curse in this film. That's how you do archery, right? If Merida wants to get her mom back in human form, she does indeed have to mend the bond torn by pride. The correct answer here is brave.
Look inside, mend the bond torn by pride.
Fate be changed. Mend the bond. What does that mean?
Here comes your third scary attraction of the day. As you enter the Tower of Terror, a statue of this kind of animal serves as the lobby's centerpiece. What is an owl?
Hollywood, 1939.
And Skeletons finishes off the third round of the game. Chernobog summons a number of eerie spirits during this segment of Fantasia. What is Night on Bald Mountain? Let's move on to the 800-point round now. It's Trick or Treat for the fourth time. Wow, check out that costume. He's dressed as the amazing rodent investigator. The amazing rodent investigator is the great mouse detective, Basil. Finish the lyrics for 800 points goes like this. Ruffians, thugs, poison ivy, quicksand, cannibals, and snakes. Blank blank. The correct answer is the very lovely Mother Gothel, very full of herself, Mother Gothel. And her lyrics are ruffians, thugs, poison ivy, quicksand, cannibals, and snakes, the plague.
Ruffians, thugs, poison ivy, quicksand, cannibals and snakes. The plague. No!
Yes!
Here comes your fourth curse of the game. While this may look like ordinary poison intended to kill, roll up the label to see that the potion's actual purpose is this. Oh, Kronk, you lovable giant goof. That potion is not to kill, it's to turn someone into a llama.
Let me see that vial. This isn't poison. This is extract of llama! Ugh.
You know, in my defense, your poisons all look alike. You might think about relabeling some of them.
Here we go with scary attractions for the fourth time. Mr. Toad's Wild Ride famously ends with a scene where guests end up in HE double hockey sticks. What leads them there is when the ride vehicle collides with this. Still blows me away that that's where you end up at the end of Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, one of the greatest dark rides in Disney history. But the correct answer is you hit an oncoming train. Last clue before the 1000s on Halloween night. It's Skeletons for 800. The shot of this character being torn down to just their skeleton comes from this 1985 film. If you haven't seen this movie, let me introduce you to the Horned King from the Black Cauldron, one of the scariest villains in Disney history. 20 terrifying clues are down and 6 remain, including Final Jeopardy. But before we get there, you know what time it is. It is time for the most overly dramatic soundtrack infused unnecessarily spotlighted part of the game, the 1,000-point round. Hit it. Ooh, little Halloween music to spice things up on this Halloween 91st episode. Let's check out the final clues of the game. They begin with the 1,000-pointer for Trick or Treat. Wow, that's awesome. It's the Poor Postured Parisian. What is the Hunchback of Notre Dame? The correct answer is Quasimodo. Let's finish off the villain's lyrics the final time today. Say a prayer, then with air, at the blank, 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 blank. And those lyrics are from the Mob song, sung by the Mob and Gaston. The lyrics finish like this. Say a prayer, then we're there at the Drawbridge of a castle.
Say a prayer, then we're there at the drawbridge of a castle, and there's something truly terrible inside.
3 clues remaining before Final Jeopardy. Here's curses for 1,000. Hey, let me out, you lying, slimy son of a... I assumed there was going to be a curse word there, but it was cut off just in time. Either way, who is about to say that curse word? That quote belongs to this Disney character. Shockingly, it's a Disney princess. The correct answer is Moana.
And thank you!
Hey! Let me out! You lying, slimy son of a...
You're welcome.
Here comes your final scary attraction of the day. Disney in Florida, California, and Tokyo each have a haunted mansion, but Hong Kong and Paris feature these 2 manors instead. Head over to Paris if you want to take a spin on Phantom Manor, which is pretty similar to Haunted Mansion, but if you want a different experience entirely, head over to Hong Kong to ride Mystic Manor, one of the greatest trackless dark rides of all time. And here comes the final clue on the board before Final Jeopardy. It's skeletons for 1,000. The number of dancing skeletons in the Silly Symphony short. To find out, we have to go all the way back to the 1920s and check out the groundbreaking short. The correct answer is 4. "25 clues down on this Halloween episode of Disney 100 Jeopardy, which means only 1 remains. And it just so happens to be the 1 clue of the game that will ultimately determine how proud of yourself you will be until next Halloween. Let's check out the category. Finish off the game. Wish. It's all about the 2023 Disney feature animation movie Wish. If you haven't seen it yet, you can pause the video right now. And now you should be able to ace this clue. Check it out to finish off episode 91. During the at all costs scene, you can see this woman's wish is to make outfits. This is what she's creating during the song. Good luck. And time is up. I actually loved the soundtrack to Wish. The movie I thought was okay. I thought the soundtrack was better than the movie. There was that one song, the Star song, which was just... that was written by AI, I'm almost positive.
I'm a star.
Watch out, world, here I are.
In terms of At All Costs, I thought it was a great song. Fits a little weird in terms of where it sits in the movie, but during the scene, you do see this woman making an outfit. What outfit was she making? Correct answer is Aurora's dress.
I will protect you at all costs.
And that does it for episode 91 of Disney 100 Jeopardy, the second Halloween episode in this show's history. Thanks everyone for playing and watching. A special shout out to all the Club DJ members who make the show possible. All you members, head over to the poll now and make your selection. And by far the biggest vote you will have in the next 2 weeks. This vote will help shape the future of America. And when I say that, I mean it will select one of the 5 categories in next week's episode 92. On top of that, I have promised Owl House in the past, Chronicles of Narnia in the past, Princess Diaries in the past. One of those 3 will be a part of episode 92. Which one will it be? Well, you'll just have to play to find out. Once again, I've been your host, Brian. If you like what you saw, do me a favor, subscribe. Click that bell icon. Hello, Belle. This way, you're notified every time we come out with brand new content. I will see you next Friday for episode 92. Till then.
Bye-bye.